South Jamaica, baby, they made me to be the greatest. Serving the deed of my creators, fresh off of my high haters. It's the king again, Magda Wing, Shofit bragging and boasting.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Dollars. Welcome back to the channel. It's another day, another dollar video, and I'm going to be reacting to the long-awaited return of Trap Geek. He has dropped a new video called King Slime inside the takedown of Young Thug and YSL. I don't know where he's been at, but I'm glad he's back, man. I'm tired of all these Trap Geek clones, bro. Like, everybody try to copy his style, but it's not the same, bro. Trap Geek got the sauce. You know, it's like with reactions. Dudes could copy your style, but they don't got your sauce. You know, you can't do what I do and think it's going to be better than when I do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I got the sauce, but that's neither here nor there. Let's check this one out, man. This is about the whole Young Thug YSL situation. So I'm interested to get his take on this shit. This is almost 20 minutes long, so let me stop yapping. Let's get to it.
But be aware that you have the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself while you are there and anywhere else. Anything that you say can be used against you.
He is the one that we're all afraid of. He's the one that's King Slime. He is in videos talking about messing with them, you're gonna die. They have 100 round choppers talking about weapons. They said just screw it, take it to trial.
Social media is a wonderful tool for
them lyrics came back to haunt him because the judge revoked his bail and never gave him bail.
Yeah, man, you know, they still screaming goddamn slime this, slime that, but if I did shit, slime still.
They pull up like right here. They was just shooting it like, you know, sideways behind the car in the street.
Alright, what is up, everybody? We gotta talk about this YSL takedown. It's one of the craziest stories as slowly, over 9 years, the state set up wiretaps to monitor Young Thug's crew, documenting every hand gesture and tattoos and photos, captions and emojis were all collected as evidence that Young Thug's label YSL was actually an organized gang enterprise who had been in a 7-year war in Zone 3 Atlanta with the rapper YFN Lucci and his crew.
7 years?
It escalated
Damn.
to robberies and murders. Witnesses got bribed at a testifying, and when rivals caught YSL members in a building, they forced them to strip naked and take photos, throwing up their gang signs.
Yeah, they naked. Ain't nobody tried to grab the gun like, I ain't gonna let him strip out my pockets right here.
The fans were shocked.
A good 5'6" dudes. Pause.
Saying his own members feared him for his power, and that all the events Young Thug would put on in the city were actually recruitment events for YSL, who had made so many enemies that DJs got choked out just for playing Young Thug's music. But the biggest insult for police was the whole time Young Thug was leaving hints in the music, bragging about giving the lawyers millions to handle all the killings, or on a gold record when Young Thug was rapping about, I shot at his mommy, now he no longer mentions me. He was really talking about getting Lucci's house shot up and wounding his mother in the process.
They pull up like right here.
Wow, I didn't even know that. So Lucci's mom got wounded? Damn. Yeah, I know everybody used to make fun of Thug because he used to wear the dresses and shit, but Thug was on timing for real, bro. That's just mind-blowing.
They was just shooting it like, you know, sideways behind the car.
And everything came crashing down 2 months ago on Cleveland Avenue, Young Thug's block. As Atlanta police moved in on a housing complex, they wanted to arrest a YSL member for an armed robbery. But the dude escaped, shooting an officer 6 times before they finally brought him to Fulton County. In 2 days,
they gonna put you under the jail.
Young Thug and asked permission to murder Thug's rival Lucci, who was sitting in the same prison. And while Thug was trying to fly drones past the jail windows to deliver cell phones to his guys, he didn't realize the state was already 1 step ahead and had planted cell phones with other inmates to listen in on all their calls. Now, we're getting into all this, but first, check out my song of the day. Let's go. Rap music. And one of the only cities who kept their clubs open during COVID, because in Atlanta, music is the currency. It's a place where the suburbs, the mansions, and the slums are all grouped together and divided up into zones that are determined by police precincts. For this particular story, we have to travel southeast to Zone 3. It's home to new stars like YFN Lucci out of Summer Hill and Young Thug, hailing from the infamous Cleveland Avenue corridor. Generally, the more south you go
from
in
Zone
Atlanta,
3.
the more dangerous it gets. Everything from the Chevron to the Exxon gas stations on Young Thug's block is gang territory. It's where YSL conduct their business. You could even find YSL's rivals patrolling these gas stations brazenly in a vlog 2 months ago, and the dude filming had no idea he was on Young Thug's territory with the ops.
This is where we at, man.
Man, look, bro, we on op block. Ain't nothing but slimes around us, bro.
This whole area where we at, it's still slime shit.
See, most fans know YSL
They
as
wildin'.
Young Stoner Life, the name of Thug's label. But that's corporate camouflage for the real name of YSL, Young Slime Life, which over the years had built into a gang syndicate, connected the blood sets across the East Coast, and a sprinkle of Crips from the city. What Thug's been able to do since being famous is incorporate their slang into the music, making it popular, with fans around the world saying slime or slat, meaning slime life at all times. Your slime is your brother, somebody you trust, but also to slime someone out is to do them dirty. It started as a blood term in New York and traveled along the East Coast. Now Atlanta crews like YSL get the credit for popularizing it. And there's a lot of slime shit that goes down in Atlanta. The state even accused 2 YSL members of passing around phone numbers to orchestrate the murder of one of their own guys 2 months ago. Now that's real slime shit.
Damn.
The merch site where you can buy Thug's clothing is all green colors and slime themed, with YSL lingo being heavily branded in the imaging and the music over the years, generating tens of millions of dollars. But this was also a way for the government to track the gang's communications on social media. Everything from hand signs to snake emojis and green hearts became identifiers for Atlanta police, who knew Young Thug since he was a kid, when he broke his English teacher's arm, punched him in the face, and was forced to do 4 years in juvie as a result.
Damn.
Punched the teacher in 8th grade. That's how he got kicked out.
Punch the teacher.
He punched the teacher in the mouth. Bow! Thug, I'm gonna be 100. Thug come from the slums. I'm talking about like the dirt.
Young Thug was a popular kid in and around the Cleveland Avenue area. You could even see him here at the famous Cleveland Avenue functions as he plotted on making it big in rap. And by 2013,
He really came from nothing.
Young Thug signed to Gucci Mane for $25,000 and was already dropping hits, all while his crew was committing robberies.
So that's one thing I didn't understand. Like, what's the relationship between Gucci and Thug? Because he was signed to Gucci at one point. Then he went over to not Lil Baby, but Baby from Cash Money. And then that whole situation with Wayne and Thug. So what happened with that? Like, who was he signed to after that? Was he ever signed to Baby? Or it was just like a management deal?
Hijacking cars, gifting him stolen weapons that the police knew all about. By the next year, Young Thug was famous. And it was confusing because he would wear dresses, saying 90% of his wardrobe was women's clothing. But he had backing from big-time bloods.
90% of his clothing was women shit?
It became obvious how serious Thug was when the game tried to instigate a beef with him and ended up apologizing quickly.
Real niggas won't apologize, and shit, it ain't nothing, man. It's all love, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take that one. Chill.
It's all good.
Together with Rich Homie Quan, who was also buzzing out of Atlanta, they were the faces of Rich Gang, an unstoppable duo. But by 2015, Rich Homie and Young Thug suddenly split, with clips going viral of Quan calling Thug gay at a concert. The media believed this was the reason they fell apart. But the story goes much deeper.
How does it feel to make a meal when you ain't even signed yet? I'm sitting here like fuck a deal, cause it ain't even crossed my mind yet.
That's Soulja Boy?
The video you see
like
was on
Soulja Boy.
Birdman's private jet. You could see Rich Homie Quan with Soulja Boy
It is
Young
Soulja
Thug
Boy.
all together having a good time. The man you see in the back here was Rich Homie Quan's manager, Donovan Thomas, who also happened to be the leader of the Inglewood family Bloods.
I heard
from
about
the neighborhoods
this.
just north of Young Thug's block, Cleveland Avenue. Donovan Thomas was known in Southeast Atlanta as Nut, and on the surface, Young Thug and Nut were friendly and even had a business relationship.
Wasn't that Lucci's manager too?
But just 3 months later, it all changed. One night in the new year of 2015, Nut was outside a barbershop in Castle Hill, Atlanta, waiting to get a haircut. And a silver Infiniti creeped in from the east side. The car stopped in front of the barber's, rolled the windows down, and bullets started spraying out, killing Nut and wounding a 14-year-old boy. The 5 people in the Infiniti sedan were all YSL members, and the car itself was traced through a rental car service by the state back to Young Thug's government.
So why would Young Thug slime him? Like, what was the reasoning behind that? He just wanted to... Was that dude so powerful as far as like the blood shit that Thug felt like if he got rid of him, he would take over and really be solidifying his power? Like, I don't know. Let's see. Allegedly. Let's say allegedly, man. We don't know. You know, you always got to throw that out there.
Name, who had rented it out just 3 months before. 2 weeks after the murder, Thug was on a jail call with the leader of the Sex Money Murder Blood set stationed in Atlanta, saying sacrifices had to be made and soldiers had to fall in order for the battle to be won. It was rumors that Nut had turned state and become an informant for the government, creating turbulence in the blood hierarchy. YSL had to eliminate him quick. 16 days after, Thug posted a video to Instagram saying, "You lie to your family, then get in the courtroom and tell the truth. Y'all need to get fucking killed, bro. From me and YSL." 3 months later, Lil Wayne's tour bus would get shot up on the highway in Atlanta. The YSL henchman was arrested for the shooting, with Birdman getting on a tapped phone call with this YSL associate, telling
I remember that. And Birdman did nothing ever happen with that Birdman situation when you was on a wired call. And he was still out. That's like with the Jim Jones 6ix9ine wired call. Makes people wonder.
him he did everything he could and to come get his money.
Time you come out here and get this money. My name is Black.
And that's another thing, bro. Like, Birdman, you a fucking scumbag. If that's the case, like, Lil Wayne was supposedly like your son. You raised him since a kid. Jerked him out of millions of dollars. Didn't want to pay him when he was old. Like, he discovered Drake. Fucking discovered Nicki. And then you slimed him out of his bread. And then the whole beef with Young Thug and Wayne, and Young Thug doing the barter was it? Barter 6? Just that whole situation was whack, bro. And then after that happened too, Wayne, like, you know, the beef deaded. Wayne is cool with Baby now and cool with Young Thug because they made music after that. But I could never do a song with somebody that tried to get me killed, bro. Fuck that. Like, but you know, Wayne is a rapper, man. People don't really look at him as a gangster, like real street. He grew up as a kid in entertainment and then started banging. So you can't really look at him as a G. We love him because of his music and he's one of the GOATs rapping. But as far as street shit, he wasn't that. But I don't know. That whole shit is just mixy, bro.
You did everything you could do, bro. Strictly business.
See, it was clear to the state that YSL was actively using their power. And back in Zone 3, the killing of Nut had spawned a war that was amplified by the music. YSL had the advantage with Young Thug's position in the music industry, but Nut was mentoring an upcoming rapper named YFN Lucci from Summer Hill, just north of Young Thug's block. And Lucci would mount an offensive against
Summer Hill. That shit reminds me of Top Boy. Was it Indian Hill or Summer Hill houses? It just reminded me of Top Boy. One thing I would say, listen, you know, if the dude was a rat and he got killed, then what's the issue? You know, like if you like a street dude, you'd be fine with it. Like, oh, well, he was ratting. He was an informant. He got killed. Like, chalk it up to the game.
Thug that would escalate dramatically, catching a bunch of YSL members that same year and forcing them to strip naked, saying fuck their gang.
Yeah, they naked. Ain't nobody tried to grab the gun like, I ain't gonna let him strip all my partners right here.
Lucci was also making good music that had practically the whole city of Atlanta in his corner. And he began using the internet to antagonize Young Thug, bragging about how he slept with Thug's fiancée, singing about having threesomes with her in songs, and wishing happy birthday to one of Young Thug's daughters publicly, even posting a photo of her to his Instagram. But the payback was swift and nasty.
One thing I would tell you, bro, leave people's kids, family out of it, bro. That's just a code that, you know, these dudes don't have any codes anymore. You know, that's why I respect, like, not respect, but like I could understand like the mafia, certain organizations like that. They have a code, bro. A lot of the street dudes don't have a code. And that's why this shit gets all fucked up. Because y'all don't move by a code. Y'all don't got no respect. Y'all don't got no honor. Y'all just want to do the most disrespectful shit. I can't get behind that.
Within weeks, Lucci's house got shot up, wounding his mother in the process. At the same time, Young Thug was elevating his YSL guys like Gunna into the industry, growing their fan base. All while back in Southeast Atlanta, YSL was hijacking cars, robbing guns, and gifting them to Young Thug and Gunna, who were moving militant, like it was a war erupting, even getting pulled over in a different county for speeding while riding with a security detail filled with YSL members who were strapped up with AK-47s.
You got dope, you got money, you got guns. Trifecta, okay?
But Young Thug always seemed to get out of trouble, bonding out, dodging the charges, and that same year, dropping a massive record with Juice WRLD, In it, Thug brags about YFN Lucci's mother getting shot, saying, "I shot at his mommy, now he no longer mentions me." But the music was being carefully examined by the APD, and a few months later, tensions escalated further when Thug found Lucci's car at the world-famous Lenox Mall and posted a photo of it, saying if it weren't for what Lucci did for his own family, that he would have killed him. But just months later, in an interview, Thug said it was all for fun and that he wished Lucci nothing but success.
What's
Of
going on?
course, they're gonna say that publicly.
Sometimes I just like to have fun. It's no hard feelings. I hope he get richer than me. Take care of his family for life.
He was lying through his teeth, because back in Atlanta, Lucci was the target in 2 separate shootings within 2 weeks of each other, as YSL members snuck around Lucci's neighborhood at night and found him filming a music video inside a fenced-in complex. They started taking pot shots at him, with Lucci's crew returning fire in the darkness.
Everybody started shooting. They just started shooting back. We kind of knew like the area.
Shit, you shooting music videos like that in a war zone? You better have a vest or something, bro. You know, have snipers on the roof looking miles ahead. I don't know, bro. I just feel like if it's that serious, then you need to move out, bro. Move to LA. Even though they probably have ties all over, you know, they're going to have people in LA, people in Miami, no matter where you go, because Young Thug had that influence, but I wouldn't stay in Atlanta. That's like too much, you know, like you just asking for it at that point. That shit is crazy.
Where they were coming from, but it like they was outside the gate. Somebody shot my fucking road rush who were with us, man. Nigga ass on the ground, shooting on the fucking ground.
All while this was going on, the younger YSL members were expanding operations into the northeast side of the city, breaking into railroad depots, looking for shipping containers, and robbing them of their contents, posting photos.
These dudes were doing some real GTA heist type of shit,
of these
bro.
lists on their phones of all the crews they were at war with, and that same year, traveling to the graveyard where Nut was buried, and spray painting Slat in big green letters all over his tombstone.
Only thing y'all nigga got more than us is dead now. Blood, we wrote this shit in blood.
I probably had it before slime.
And we also wrote it on nigga tombstone.
It was only a few months later, one of YSL's most prominent members had just beat a murder conspiracy case. You know him as the rapper Yak Gotti, who in 2015 was caught with rifles speeding on the highway on the way to do a retaliation hit. After another YSL member was shot and beat up at the Magic City strip club, the two picked up rifles, then got into a high-speed chase with police, crashing into a guardrail. Yak Gotti did 4 years in federal prison as a result, and was now free and building up a rap career with Thug's backing. And just before Halloween, they found Lucci's car again at Lenox Mall. And Gotti decided to take a photo standing on top of the car, flipping the middle finger. When Lucci caught wind of it, Gotti turned the photo into a single cover. It was great for promo, but equally good for the police, who were quietly documenting every social media post.
Of
They would
course.
later reveal Gotti as one of the 5 members riding in the car the night of Nut's murder at the barbershop. And this photo on top of Lucci's car, in the state's eyes, proves that Gotti was actively making threats on behalf of YSL. And just a few months after Gotti took that photo, back in Atlanta, Lucci and some YFN members were riding in his Maybach, driving in the southwest side, Oakland City, Little Baby's neighborhood. They were looking for enemies, and when they found some, the YFN guys started shooting from the Maybach. The people they were shooting at sprawled out for cover, ducked, and shot back, hitting one of Lucci's guys in the head as he clung onto the Maybach doors. His own guys pushed him out the car and drove off, leaving him to die in the street.
Adams was killed in a gun battle that developed. Then, a short distance from the scene, was dumped from the
I guess no man left behind doesn't matter to them.
Treated like trash, some would say.
This failed drive-by triggered a 112-count RICO indictment of Lucci and his entire crew. The district attorney, who was only elected in January of that year, had been promising to go after any and all rappers with mob ties. She was doing exactly that.
These people that are committing violence, I'm taking a hard stance on them. In prison is where they're headed.
News of Lucci's takedown hit
She ain't
Atlanta
playing
hard
no games.
as police intercepted direct messages of YSL members talking about how the state is trying to indict them on a specific body. They were talking about Nut's murder. And to the government's surprise, the YSL members they were monitoring kept posting to social media talking about wartime. It's time to lace up. Something that baffled APD, who couldn't believe the online antics were continuing.
The brazen attitude they have, it's amazing what they...
That's why, like I said again, man, the mafia not that I look up to them, but the way they run their business, bro, they not fucking on social media. They move in silence, bro. Professional. You know what I'm saying? Like they not gonna know. You're not gonna know what hit you, bro. These dudes, like, they feel like they gotta document every little action on social media and let people know that they about it. And that's corny, bro. You know what I'm saying? Real G's move in silence like lasagna, bro.
They're willing to put on social media, what they're willing to talk about, what they're willing to show picture-wise.
Just 2 months into the next year,
to me, these dudes is all crash dummies, bro. And it's not me just saying no, I'm just saying in general. Anybody that posts shit on the internet, posting beef and shit and always on the internet with beef, you just a crash dummy.
2022, in Fulton County Prison, a guard opened 2 jail doors simultaneously, leaving Lucci alone and exposed.
He got poked.
He was attacked by a YSL member who started stabbing him with a homemade shank. But Lucci survived, and the next month, the mother of Young Thug's child was murdered in Atlanta.
They laughed, she laughed. They laughed at us when they drove off in the car still shooting. They laughed while my sister was on that ground.
Most believed it.
So that was a hit. That was a targeted hit for his baby mama. See? Look at that shit.
It was retaliation for the attack on Lucci, but it was actually just a freak coincidence. A random argument at a bowling alley that led to someone pulling the trigger.
That's the bait and switch. You think it's a random argument, that's the distraction, and then boom. You know what I'm saying? It's not a coincidence to me. I still think that's a hit.
Killing Young Thug's baby mama, which shows you how violent Atlanta was getting. Local journalist George Cheedy says this is only the beginning of a systemic takedown of rap crews in the city that are tied to violence.
It's gonna get worse?
I think so. Like I said, there are other prosecutions coming. They're gonna be chock-a-block every month or two, probably for years, until the murder rate starts to fall.
See, Georgia is one of only 7 states with RICO laws at the state level, and they've been taking down crews left and right. First, the feds arrested Rallo.
See, that's the crazy thing. I didn't know that. Because when it's at a state level, that means that the state can do that, pursue a RICO case against you. But let's say if this would have been a state that didn't have a RICO law, these guys would probably still be out there running wild. The feds wouldn't give 2 shits about y'all. You know what I'm saying? Unless it was really like a good case that they would make. But 9 times out of 10, this is in another state that doesn't have a state RICO law. The feds will not give 2 shits about them. They'll still be free right now.
They claim was charting planes carrying millions of dollars worth of weed across state lines. Then the state took down Hood Rich Pablo and 25 of his guys on a RICO stint in Zone 6. Then last year, the DA nabbed YFN Lucci, and this year, they took down Young Thug and YSL. With 200 pieces of evidence the state is ready to present. You're gonna see serious discussions on what's classified as art versus what the government can use in your music against you. That's it for this video. Leave me a comment on.
It's funny he says that because recently, was it Jay-Z, Meek Mill, they were passing or they were lobbying for these laws where I don't know if it's just New York, but they can't use your lyrics against you. So I don't know if that's going to be the case for these guys in Atlanta, but at the end of the day, man, I don't feel sorry for these dudes, bro. They had $1 million opportunities to change their lives, to do something positive, and they use it to destroy, to, you know, bring pain, suffering to these communities, terrorizing these communities. So I don't feel sorry for none of these dudes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are living the life that some dudes wish they can have and change their families' lives, and they just want to destroy. So I really don't feel sorry, you know? It is what it is. But this was an interesting video, man. Your Trap Geek with another banger, man. You know what I'm saying? My boy Trap Geek is the GOAT when it comes to these types of videos, man. I hope he do some new shit, man. Did he do a K Flock one? I don't know if he did a K Flock one, but I'm pretty sure he's working on one. I think he did. I'm not sure, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. If you enjoyed the reaction, drop a like and subscribe. It's your boy Dollars. I'm out of here.
For my time goes by, they gon' raise a nigga jersey in the sky. Treat a nigga right, big dreaming on my life. Shorty wanna get some air, I go and get her when I fly. Taking off when these niggas I retire. The minute I catch fire, I smoked them all before, just revisiting the high.